Your station for inspiration and information. 1600 AM, 99.7 FM, WIDU1600.com. We are WIDU Fayetteville. We do radio. Follow us on Facebook at WIDU 1600 AM.
Canadian wildfire smoke pouring across the U.S., prompting delayed flights, sending school recesses inside. There are air quality alerts over much of North Carolina because of that smoke. Former Vice President Mike Pence has officially thrown his hat into the ring for the Republican presidential nomination, joining a large field that are seeking to capture the lead from frontrunner Donald Trump. Highway Patrol reports 4 people were killed in a late morning head-on crash in Moore County. Happened around 11 this morning, Highway 690 Moore County at McGill Road near Vass. One other person sent to the hospital. Don't call it a pause. The Fed meeting next week widely expected to leave interest rates alone after 10 straight meetings of hikes, but a skip is the more likely characterization because they may raise them again later. Major League Baseball plans to discuss whether to postpone games in New York and Philadelphia tonight because of poor air quality fueled by the Canadian wood smoke. Bruce Farrell, NCN News.
I'm tracking a cold front headed through the area. Scattered showers and a few isolated storms remain possible into the first part of the overnight hours. We'll still have some haze out there tonight with temperatures falling into the upper 50s. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy Thursday. Still some smoky haze in the atmosphere with temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Mostly sunny and a little hazy Friday with highs in the lower 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
NCN News, I'm Bruce Farrell. Smoke from Canadian wildfires continues to pour across the U.S., leaving an unhealthy haze that's delaying some flights, sending some school recesses indoors, forcing the cancellation of events, and prompting people to fish out those pandemic-era face masks. Air quality alerts are in effect today in North Carolina, and forecasters say they may continue through the end of the week. Former Vice President Mike Pence has officially thrown his hat into the ring for the Republican presidential nomination. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
And now it's official.
I'm announcing that I'm running for president of the United States of America.
The former vice president kicked off his bid for the White House in Iowa, saying he'll turn the country around.
We must resolve that Joe Biden will never be reelected as president of the United States.
Mr. Pence also criticized former President Trump and accused him of abandoning conservatism and civility. Linda Kenyon, CBS News.
The State Department of Public Safety and Governor Cooper launching the SAFE campaign. It is a statewide effort raising awareness about the importance of safe firearms storage. State officials with the program made stops in eastern North Carolina. Deputy Secretary of Juvenile Justice with the Department of Public Safety, William Lassiter, speaking to WCTI.
They are working together to start the NC SAFE campaign.
So we've bought 25,000 gun locks, and we bought 200 gun safes to start with. The point of the gun safes is that we want to encourage the public to use the most effective way to store their firearms.
As part of the campaign, Lassiter says that the Department of Public Safety has purchased about 25,000 gun locks and 200 gun safes, which will be given out or raffled off at events across the state and local communities. Highway Patrol reporting 4 people are dead after a late morning head-on crash. That was in Moore County, Highway 609. One other person taken to the hospital. The incident happened near McGill Road in Vass around 11 this morning. You're listening to NCN News.
I'm tracking a cold front headed through the area. Scattered showers and a few isolated storms remain possible into the first part of the overnight hours. We'll still have some haze out there tonight with temperatures falling into the upper 50s. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy Thursday. Still some smoky haze in the atmosphere with temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Mostly sunny and a little hazy Friday with highs in the lower 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Makes no difference what you're going through. You're gonna make it. God's gonna see you through. Hold your head up. Put a smile on your face. This is another test. It won't last always. So get ready.
WIDU 1600, WIDU 99.7 FM, and the We Do Radio Network. We welcome everyone to A Nation of Sisters radio talk show on WIDU and We Do. And we have a very special segment lined up for all of our great listeners today. The ladies are in the house looking exceptionally lovely today, and they're going to do some girl talk today here on A Nation of Sisters with our friend, our family, the beautiful one, executive producer and host, Miss Tammy Thurman. And you do want to stay tuned. There's a big special announcement that will be featured on today's radio talk show, A Nation of Sisters. Now let us enjoy our featured special, beautiful invited panel of guests. We got the ladies in the house. We welcome and say hello to Wynette Council, Maria Adams, Desandra Washington, and we say for last, the very best, Fayetteville, North Carolina's very own Miss Fayetteville Dogwood Festival Queen, Shania Pipkin. Welcome, ladies. We're super excited to have you here, and we're ready for Nation of Sisters radio talk show on WIDU and the We Do Radio Network. Take it away, Miss Tammy Thurman.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is your girl, Tammy Thurman, A Nation of Sisters. I am so excited, and I know I say it every month, but we get to start this month off with a bang. We have got some amazing women in the building today, and I'm telling you, if you did not know your direction or how you need to go or how you can mentor or how you can lead as a woman, you're going to know today. You're going to know today. We've got exceptional ladies in the house, Miss Maria Adams, my girl, Desandra Washington, my friend, Dr. Council. Thank you so much for coming today. And ladies, and I know we've got some gentlemen listening because I've got stats here. We've got the gentlemen listening. But we've got the beautiful Miss Fayetteville Dogwood in the building. Guys, how are you doing today?
Great.
Awesome.
Great.
Awesome.
Good to be here.
Yes. Before we jump in, I tell you, I want to, oh man, that looks awesome. I want to just give a shout out to some of our top cities. You know that we go live every week on Facebook, and so where 99.7 and 1600 AM cannot reach, the Facebook Live is reaching. So I want to give a shout out to Charlotte, North Carolina, Dunn, North Carolina, Raleigh, Chicago, Houston, New York, Philadelphia, Irwin. And by ways of our top countries, let me give a shout out to Nigeria, South Africa, Bangladesh, Germany, Malawi, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, South Sudan. Every time I say these names, each week it's always different, and it just brings me to tears, and it's so humbling to know that God gave me a platform to give women a platform, and how it's reached not just across the state, not just across our nation, but across this world. And I give God all glory and honor for doing that for me. So shout out to my man, JC. I love you. I love you so much. So, guys, as I said, we're going to jump right into an amazing conversation. And I want to start with Miss Fayetteville Dogwood. How are you today? Let our guests know, because like I said, we've got people across the world tuning in, listening to you right now. They want to know what you have to say.
Awesome.
So let's start.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am doing well. I am excited. I am thankful and honored to be a part of this powerhouse. I'm so excited for the conversations that we are going to have today. But I'm super excited not only to be here, but to represent my city, Fayetteville, North Carolina. I will be gracing the Miss North Carolina stage in like 11 days. Thank you. Yes, I cannot wait to bring what I've been doing in Fayetteville to High Point, North Carolina, and bring home the crown. So I'm feeling awesome.
That's
right.
Claim it already.
Already. So with that said, we're going to jump into the conversation, and it sounds like that Miss Desandra is ready to talk today. So give our listeners just a little bit about you, and then we'll move to Miss Maria, and then we'll move to Dr. Council.
Well, Desandra Washington, from Fayetteville.
Yeah.
I've been here for a quick moment. I work at Fayetteville Tech Community College. I believe in servitude, and that shows by my organizations that I am affiliated with. I am a part of Fayetteville, North Carolina chapter of the Links Incorporated.
Beautiful.
Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
All right.
I am also an active member of the Household of Faith on North Plymouth Avenue. I have to give my church a shout out.
Go ahead.
My pastor may be looking for me, so let him know that I am in town and I am in the house, and it's great to be here today,
Awesome.
Tammy.
Thank you so much.
You're
for
quite
coming,
welcome.
my friend. Miss Maria.
Well, good afternoon. Well, good evening.
Good evening. Right.
All
Good
these
evening.
radio listeners, and a great shout out, if you don't mind, to my folks from Chicago.
There you go.
Come on
Hey,
with it.
Chicago, I'm so happy you there. It made my heart feel warm when I heard Chicago. I am from Chicago, Illinois, and I've been in Fayetteville for 16 years.
Yeah.
I'm past history in the military. I married a military man. I also served myself. Fayetteville is now home. And I love this home, and I love these ladies, and I love this
we
city.
love you.
I miss you, Chicago, but it's too cold, ain't it? All right. I am an anesthetist. I've been doing anesthesia 30-something years. And I am in a semi-retirement phase of my life. I work with my husband. He does surgery, and I do the anesthesia, little small business. We are entrepreneur family. I believe in giving back to my community. And I always feel that it is better to give than it is to receive.
Amen.
I live by that
You
each
do.
and every day.
Yeah.
Each and every day. I am a member of the Fayetteville, North Carolina chapter of the Links, my beloved organization.
Yes.
I truly, truly love this organization and the women that's in it. And that's all I have to say at this point.
That's all right. That's all right. Dr. Council.
All right, good afternoon, good evening. I am delighted to be here and just feel the energy and love in the room. I am a native Fayettevillian.
That's
from
right.
Barnett Council. I was born and bred here in Fayetteville. I'm a proud graduate of E.E. Smith High
Golden
School.
Bull.
All right, Golden
That's
Bulls.
right.
And I serve as the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs at Fayetteville State University. So I'm a proud Bronco as well. I've been there, can't believe it now, 33 years.
Wow.
I also am a proud member of the Fayetteville, North Carolina chapter of the Links.
Yes.
And a lifetime member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority.
That's right.
And just so happy to be here. I love Fayetteville. So blessed. My mother is still alive and doing
Amen.
well.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
she's a native Fayettevillian. And so just have some deep roots here in
Hey,
Fayetteville
Mom.
and Cumberland
That's
County.
right.
Listen. And so I'm just glad to be here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Again, I just cannot just tell you how much I appreciate all of you coming in today. When God had given me this vision for a nation of sisters and how he wanted me to move this along, it's all about motivation. It's about motivating women, building women, making stronger women, right? And I'm here because of the shoulders that I stood on, right? I'm here because of the shoulders that I stood on. And so you now, are you ready for somebody to stand on your shoulders?
I am.
Let's talk about it.
Of course. So I already consider people standing on my shoulders now.
Come on.
Even though I'm not Miss North Carolina yet. But
That's right.
with or without this crown and sash, I have continued to be myself, and I have continued to be there for others and stand up for others, speak out for others. So I get testimonies all the time from young women and even older women, people older than me, who was like, you helped me. You did this for me. I teach at a cosmetology school. I am a licensed cosmetologist, and I received my cosmetology license at 18 years old. And from there, I went to teaching, and I taught older women. I've only had maybe 2 or 3 students who were younger than me or the same age as me. So I am able to touch both older and younger generations. So this title just gave me a bigger platform to help others stand on my shoulders and depend on me just a little bit more. But I'm so used to just having that helping hand. And like I said before, this title has just given me a bigger platform to help more people.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
And this, what is it that, how can we, and especially, so we've got Fayetteville State, Methodist, Campbell University, North Carolina State, St. Aug, North Carolina A&T, we've got all of those students now, young women listening right now.
Mm-hmm.
How can they become strong women so that somebody can stand on their shoulders? And what I want them to understand is that is their purpose. They're created for somebody else to stand on your shoulders. We can't think we're going to walk on your shoulders forever. We got to give your shoulders a break, and now we got to use ours. How do we get that? How do we have those conversations to our women?
You know, first of all, they need to have a really strong mentor. Someone that can help guide them, motivate them, and let them understand they must be intentional. With new social media and everything else, everything you do will have an impact later.
Everything.
So start that correct behavior right now and prepare yourself. Get into the right circles. You know, expand who you may affiliate with, your service, your networking. Diversify your portfolio of women, and you can always mentor by afar. And what I mean by that is that you may see someone that motivates you, and you don't have to be intimate with the person or know them directly, but just to emulate their greatness, just observe them. Take from other women what you want to have in yourself intrinsically, because that's where it all starts. But I strongly encourage young women to grab a mentor and make sure they are intentional in their behavior, their actions, and their self holistically overall.
It's amazing that you say that, because every month when I come on the air, I always start talking to our young girls, whether they're in the 7th grade, 8th grade, high school on up, and I tell them, okay, you go to this concert, you meet Beyonce, you meet Fantasia, you meet what's another? This rapper.
I'm old school, so
yeah, you girls listen to Rihanna.
Right.
Rihanna.
That's right.
Rihanna. What are the odds that if, say, 3 days from now, after you meet them, that you're going to be able to call them and ask them some advice, or you're going to be able to call them and get some mentorship, or you're going to be able to just call them, period? The odds are not in your favor. So that's why I have women and young women like you here today, so that our girls can see that I don't have to reach out to them.
That's right.
I've got them right
in
here.
my backyard.
In my backyard.
Right.
That I can look up to, that I can emulate, that I can call and say, hey, I'm going through this. Can you talk to me for a few minutes? I just need a few minutes of your time. Because I promise you, if you call Rihanna, that's not going to happen.
Right.
So we've got to be that person. We've got to be their people, right?
And share that wisdom.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, I would like to say, DeSandra, I think everything you said was right on point. And if I could just add.
Please do.
Sometimes leaders don't have to necessarily have powerhouse positions.
Exactly.
That's right.
Okay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes leaders is within your family, in your church, in your community.
So true.
Sometimes a leader is just a person that takes an initiative to do something. All right? So don't always look so far from home for leaders.
I
Look
agree.
close to you.
I love
Someone
it.
that you can reach out and touch.
I love it.
Oh, I love that,
What are your thoughts
Maria.
on
Please call me Juanette, but I
Okay.
agree with everything that my sisters have said. I would only add to that. First, I think you also have to have a strong faith.
Ooh, yes.
Absolutely.
And
Come
a
on.
commitment to your family. And if your family might have some challenges, so you can also select people to be your family if you need someone
That's
to
right.
help
Yeah.
really
Right.
support you. And I think definitely having a belief in education, because oftentimes through education
training.
you will get those mentors and they will seek you out. So I reiterate everything that my sisters have said, but I think it's critical, because I'm a strong believer that God will direct your path.
Yes, he will. He said he
And
would.
I know my mentor, I had no way of knowing that he placed her in my life, Mrs. Olivia Chavez,
Right.
and she changed, and I have a wonderful mother who mentored and coached and nurtured me. But in the professional space, I was introduced to her when I was 22 years old. And she put me in places and spaces I didn't even know,
Me
you
too.
know. But when I had the opportunity to be in those spaces, I was familiar.
Yes.
And so I kind of knew, oh, okay, this is what I need to do to prepare. This is what you wear when you go to this meeting. Oh, this is how people network and interact. So again, I think you have to have that strong faith, because God will direct you to that mentor that will help take you the way that you need to and prepare you. And then after you have been blessed, like you said, you got to reach back and bless others. Absolutely. You got to keep the train moving.
No, so true.
And can I just add one more little point to that, because that is so profound what you said. Don't forget to ask God for what you need.
Amen.
Ask God. He'll deliver.
So true.
And I just want to touch on that too. A lot of times, and I may be going somewhere else, but a lot of times we don't realize that God has put us in the position we're so focused on the future, we don't realize we are right here about what we asked from God maybe 2-3 months ago. A lot of times we're focused on the future. Oh, I need to ask God for something again, ask him again, but we don't even realize he's given us what we've asked for maybe a year ago, but it's right here. So a lot of times I just really wanted to say that. I don't know why, I just felt like we are so quick to ask for things from God, and we don't even realize he's already given us
in the
what
present
we've asked for right now. So I just wanted to speak on that.
Good thought.
And I would also say, you never know who's watching.
Oh, yes, that's what I said.
I know as a child and as a teenager and a young woman in college, I was always watching women at Fayetteville State in the church, in the sorority. And oftentimes, sometimes they didn't say, you will do this or you should be doing that, but through their actions and how their faith and how they treated one another and what they did really gave me a blueprint. And so again, you never know. And again, I would say, like you said, you never know who's watching you. So you have to be that reflection.
I want to add to that, and I want to hear your reaction to this. I heard something that you said, which for me is so huge, because when I was in college, people would come and give advice, but Tammy, just being out of high school, being from up under her mama's wing, nobody telling me what to do, I didn't listen. I did not listen. And I lost a lot of valuable nuggets that I could have had. I'm finding that our young women today will not listen. They hear you, but they're not listening. They hear the advice, but they're not listening to the advice. How do we, and I want you to start off that, how do we, or do we, how do we get them to listen?
So, speaking with being a college student, well, college grad now, the main thing for me was how you said it. It's
so
how
true.
you're talking to me. A lot of times, older generation or older women, what you're saying is correct. And it's probably what I need to take that advice. But the way you said it, I just shut it down automatically.
I shut down.
I just shut down. And that is a conversation that I had to have with my mom, because I'm the only girl. And my mom's like, well, I can talk to you some type of way, but sometimes your dad can't say it that way. But I'm like, well, Mom, you're going to have to learn how to say certain things to me. That way I can accept it. And once she realized that, she was like, you're right. You're right. So she was able to speak into me and give me different advice, and I was quick to take it because of how she gave it to me. I was like, you know what, you're right, that's worth listening to. So it's just all in the way we say things. A lot of young women, we are very smart. We know what's going on around us. But when you give us advice in a rude way or being judgmental when you speak to us, it's like we're like, no, we're not. Who are you to speak to me like that and then expect me to take your advice? That just makes me feel uncomfortable and feel some type of way, and now I'm not going to listen. So
we got to know our audience.
Yes.
It's what I'm hearing her say. You got to know me, right? My pastor, he often says, you know, he has so many spiritual daughters in the church, but he knows you can't say certain things to Tammy. I can't say it that way to her like I would say it to DeSandra. I can't talk to Juanette the way that I would talk to Marie. I can't do that. So you got to know who you're talking to. Because you're not going to receive it. I'm not going to receive what you're saying. And I know the Bible talks about the salt. You got to be seasoned. We got to be seasoned. And so, again, that's why I have you here. That's why I have y'all here, because I know, you know, that you know how to speak. You know how to talk to women that may be 60 years old, that may be 30 years old, that may be 15 years old. You got to know how to talk to them. What are your thoughts on that?
Can I add a little something? Being a mother of
That's
2
what you're here
daughters
for. Come
myself,
on. Yes.
I have to admit, I have truly had my challenges. I have my challenges, and I listened very intently to what you said because I really wanted to know the answer to that question. And my daughters are very articulate and they're very verbal, and they both have said to me, well, you just can't talk to me like that. But being an old school mom, I'm like, you mine.
Yeah. Talk about it.
And so sometimes we borderline disrespectful. And I hope you hear me out there, moms. We got to dial that thing back. We have raised intelligent young women, and we want them to be respected. And we have to start out by respecting them. We can't be yelling and saying words that's not nice, and being angry. We have to dial it back. So I really appreciate you saying that. And I am learning from you. That's what intergenerational learning is all about. And I can receive it a little better than you than I can my daughters. I like to remind them who the mama is.
Yes.
All right.
And so you gave me an awesome segue, because I want to go to kind of the elephant in the room, where we know that there is a gap between the millennials, right? The baby boomers. There is just a huge gap between those different aspects of life, right? Our journeys, right? How do we begin to bridge that gap? Do we need to bridge the gap? And if we do, how? How do we do that? How do we have those intelligent conversations with Ms. Febble Dogwood? How do we do that?
I think first we have to have empathy. And we have to realize that, and since I work on a college campus, and I remind some of my colleagues, okay, think about when you were 18 or 19 or 20. And what were you doing? And what were, and again, you can't look at it from, 40, 50, 60-year-old eyes. You have to go back and think about what were you doing at that? What was your maturity level? Because the thing is to reach and build that bridge. And young people, just like old people too, we're going to make mistakes.
Right.
You've got to learn. You've got to be ready to receive. I can have many gifts to give you. But if you're not ready to receive them yet, doesn't mean that you won't receive them. I had a student, she's a graduate now, and she happened to tell me her daughter was valedictorian. And she sent me a text and said she made it. She's a valedictorian honor student. And she said, I want to thank you. I knew when I was in college, I thought you were hard on me. She said, but I learned. And I can't tell you, a lot of times I used some of the information that you gave me in my professional and personal life. He said, and I never told you thank you. So again, I was like, she didn't get it at 18 and 19, I didn't think.
I heard, but I didn't get it.
But she might have put that in her little pocket.
That's what happened.
And when she was confronted with that situation,
came back up.
She was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So I do think, again, you have to think about it, have empathy. Yes. You have to have sympathy. You have to recognize that there are maturity levels. And you grow and you learn. And so you have to think about that and not just think about it from a 60-year-old perspective or 50-year-old perspective, because they can't hear you.
They can't.
Right.
Cannot.
They can't hear you. We couldn't hear it either.
I agree on that.
Really good.
We couldn't hear it.
I agree. Working with community college adults, one thing that I had to change was my approach to them. So if they come to my office, we sit side by side, eye to eye, and I just tell true stories, my truth. You know, when I was your age, this is what I did, but also these were the repercussions. So you will be made aware of what your outcome will be. So I just tell my true stories to them. And sometimes they listen or put it in your back pocket for later.
And I also think people remember how you make them feel.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, Lord, yes.
And so, like you said, they know who to trust. They know who, again, And I think the mother-daughter dynamic can be a little different sometimes, you know, as you're going through. But then when you get through that threshold and you do know your mother was your best friend all along.
Absolutely.
But when you grow up, you're like, now we can really, you know, relax and chill. But anyway, I think, again, people, I don't care what age,
I agree.
you know, if you really care about them, if you're genuine, doesn't mean we're not going to make mistakes, but you know at the heart what is there.
And I want to go back to something that you said also, Ms. Adams, that just talking about from the mother perspective, because what I've found out is that after the show, I start getting so many letters in my inbox. How can I do this? And I have so many moms that inbox me and say, you know, I have a daughter. She listens to your show. How can I be a better mother? How can I build that relationship with them? What do you say to the moms that are listening right now?
It's the hardest thing you've ever done.
Come on, tell the truth.
It's the hardest thing. I mean, to have that responsibility of another human being is tough. And then especially you throw in how much you love them on top of them. You want to protect them. You don't want them to see them make mistakes. Not only mistakes that you made, or the mistakes that you've seen others make. And sometimes we're so desperate in trying to protect them that we don't let them experience life a little bit. Because you learn more from your mistakes than you do from all those successes.
That's right.
And we have to be there to pick them up. Because sometimes we got to pick them up.
Yeah.
We got to go. I've been to colleges and had to bring my daughter back home. Come on, we got to regroup. You know? And then you can send them back out there. Let them, you know, they're going to make mistakes. You got to let them make mistakes. You know, we throw that safety net out there and just hope the mistakes aren't so big that they can't recover from.
Right.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. So I'm going to go back. I want to hear your thoughts on bridging the gap.
Okay.
So we have moms now that are listening. We have 7th graders, 8th graders that are listening right now, and they want to know, how can we be better?
Okay.
As a human being,
Yes,
right? As a human
absolutely.
being. What are your thoughts on, because I know, you know, you have a platform already. You're going to have an even bigger platform when you become Miss North Carolina.
Yes, ma'am.
How will you use your platform to bridge the gap, to be that strong-shouldered woman that our youth need today?
The biggest thing is just being open-minded and trying to see things from a different perspective. I think that's where our generation, the millennials and my generation, I think that's where we kind of feud at a little bit. Oftentimes we think our way is the correct way and that's it. Same thing with the older generation. My way is the correct way and that's it. So I think we just need to share and be open-minded and see different perspectives, because that's what's going to help bridge that gap. Looking at the older generation and comparing myself to the older generation, it's been times where I will help them, like I'm going to use the internet for an example. My generation is big on technology, huge on technology. The older generation didn't have technology too much, so sometimes they look down on it. They're like, oh, you shouldn't be on the phone, you shouldn't be using the internet, all this and that. But I'm like, while being on the internet, I'm making money, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm showing them the different perspectives of it. I'm helping build that creativity. What they didn't have then, we have now. The world is evolving. So constantly just showing them the difference. The world is evolving. We can't stay in 1980s where you grew up in. We can't stay there.
We cannot.
We're in 2023.
Yep.
So I'm showing that different perspective. Like, it's not all bad, it's not all negative. So that's one thing that I'm doing now, but also with being Miss North Carolina, that's what I'm going to continue to shine that light on and just try to help our youth and the older generation just see things in a different light. That's the biggest thing, is not to be closed-minded.
Awesome. A nation of sisters. I told you we were going to have an amazing conversation today. We are about to take a commercial break, and right after that, we're going to come right back with some amazing more conversation. It is your girl. We'll be right back.
What you're going through, you're gonna make it. God's gonna see you through. Hold your head up, put a smile on your face. This is another test.
on the way brings scattered showers and a few isolated storms early tonight. Then the rain will taper off. We still have a little bit of haze tonight with temperatures in the upper 50s. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy Thursday. Still some smoky haze in the atmosphere. High temperatures will climb to the upper 70s to lower 80s. Mostly sunny with a little bit of haze Friday with high temperatures in the low 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Tens of millions of people on the east coast of the U.S. breathing unhealthy air due to smoke from Canadian wildfires. Air quality alerts in effect across North Carolina and possibly will be in place for the rest of the week. A western North Carolina bank robbery suspected in at least 5 robberies, is now out of the hospital, and he was in court in Buncombe County today. Kelvin Simmons faces charges in several robberies from last month. U.S. stocks drift to a mixed close as drops for Microsoft and other big-name tech stocks overshadowed gains for much of the rest of Wall Street. The S&P 500 down 0.4% this day, even though the majority of stocks were within the index were up. Dow Jones adding 91 points, NASDAQ down 1.3%. One of the top sports car racers in the world will make his NASCAR debut when Kamui Kobayashi drives for Toyota. That'll be on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway course in August. He'll drive for a team owned by Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan. Bruce Farrell, NCN News.
A cold front on the way brings scattered showers and a few isolated storms early tonight. Then the rain will taper off. We still have a little bit of haze tonight with temperatures in the upper 50s. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy Thursday. Still some smoky haze in the atmosphere. High temperatures will climb to the upper 70s to lower 80s. Mostly sunny with a little bit of haze Friday with high temperatures in the low 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
NCN News. I'm Bruce Farrell. Smoke from Canadian wildfires continues to pour across the U.S., leaving an unhealthy haze that's delaying some flights, sending some school recesses indoors, forcing the cancellation of events, and prompting people to fish out those pandemic-era face masks. Air quality alerts are in effect today in North Carolina, and forecasters say they may continue through the end of the week. Former Vice President Mike Pence has officially thrown his hat into the ring for the Republican presidential nomination. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
And now it's official.
I'm announcing that I'm running for President of the United States of America.
The former vice president kicked off his bid for the White House in Iowa, saying he'll turn the country around.
We must resolve that Joe Biden will never be reelected as President of the United States.
Mr. Pence also criticized former President Trump and accused him of abandoning conservatism and civility. Linda Kenyon, CBS News.
The State Department of Public Safety and Governor Cooper launching the SAFE campaign. It is a statewide effort raising awareness about the importance of safe firearm storage. State officials with the program made stops in eastern North Carolina. Deputy Secretary of Juvenile Justice with the Department of Public Safety, William Lassiter, speaking to WCTI.
They are working together to start the NC Safe campaign.
So we've bought 25,000 gun locks, and we bought 200 gun safes to start with. The point of the gun safes is that we want to encourage the public to use the most effective way to store their firearms.
As part of the campaign, Lassiter says that the Department of Public Safety has purchased about 25,000 gun locks and 200 gun safes, which will be given out or raffled off at events across the state and local communities. Highway Patrol reporting 4 people are dead after a late morning head-on crash. That was in Moore County, Highway 609. One other person taken to the hospital. The incident happened near McGill Road in Vass around 11 this morning. You're listening to NCN News.
I'm tracking a cold front headed through the area. Scattered showers and a few isolated storms remain possible into the first part of the overnight hours. We'll still have some haze out there tonight with temperatures falling into the upper 50s. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy Thursday. Still some smoky haze in the atmosphere with temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Mostly sunny and a little hazy Friday with highs in the lower 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Makes no difference what you're going through. You're gonna make it. God's gonna see you through. Hold your head up.
Thank you for so patiently waiting with us for that brief break. We're back with part 2 of A Nation of Sisters radio talk show. A very enlightening, much needed topic of talk today. We are in a series of greatness. We are in a talk of We are in a talk of greatness. We are in a talk with ladies that are sisterhooding it up. We need more of these powwows. So we commend these awesome ladies today. Part 2 of Nation of Sisters radio talk show with your executive producer and host, Miss Tammy Thurman, and great, well-enjoyed, wonderful guests. These young ladies are gifted. They are talented. They are right on time. They are open. They are holding no bars. They are letting loose and telling it like it should be. Let us continue to enjoy Miss Council, Miss Adams, Miss Washington, and Miss Pittman. Back to you, ladies. Nation of Sisters radio talk show. Take it away, Miss Tammy.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming back, staying with us, hanging out, rocking with A Nation of Sisters. We're going to switch gears now. The ladies don't know, but we're going to switch gears. So a lot of you know that Janiyah is Miss Fayetteville Dogwood, but some of you may or may not know that she is about to do what?
Go to Miss North Carolina.
All right. Yay. We have got, yes. So she is going to, she's already thrown her crown in. I would say throw her hat in, but she's thrown a crown in for the run of Miss North Carolina. And when does that happen? When do we get to see you?
June 19th.
June 19th?
June 19th.
What?
Yes, I know.
This week.
This June. Not next week, but the following week. I will be in High Point for a week.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Already.
Yes, ma'am.
A Nation of Sisters, please support her. She came to the show today just to talk to you guys. And so tell us how they can support you.
So right now we are doing People's Choice. Whoever has the most votes for People's Choice will automatically advance to the top 16 in Miss North Carolina. So in order to vote, it is $1 per vote, and I have my spot fund link on my Facebook page. It's Janiyah Pitkin, and you can just click that link, type in however much you want to donate, and then that will go straight to me, and it will go towards my People's Choice votes.
Awesome.
Excellent.
And so we probably, when will we see the actual Miss North Carolina pageant? Will we see it on the 19th?
Yes, ma'am.
It's live.
It's live. It is live. As soon as they share the link with me, I will be sharing it with you all, and you guys can hit that link, purchase it, and watch the whole
Yes.
video.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud. And God, she is beautiful inside and out,
Thank you.
intelligent,
Thank you.
and she has a platform already.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's what I want you to know. You have a platform already.
Thank you.
You have a responsibility already.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you.
Guys, so here we are. We're going to switch gears. We're going to go to, I want to talk kind of on more of a more business, corporate level, which you are all familiar with. And so there's a statistic that I did find out about women in the workplace, and where I work at for a utility company, it is white male driven, right? That is the majority. And I know that you all work with a lot of men, right? But Fayetteville Tech, I'm so proud. There's such a diversified portfolio over there of women. And so shout out to Fayetteville Tech. I happen to be a trustee. Yeah, we're super excited about that. But do you know that high achieving women leaders are 1.5 times more likely than men at the same level to think about downshifting or leaving their positions because of burnout? Do you agree with that statement? Do you understand that statement? Does it make sense? Is it real? What do you say? What do you say to that?
I say it's absolutely real. But if I could just take just 1 second of personal privilege, I received a message from a very good friend of mine for over 30 years. I didn't tell anyone I was on the radio. So can I just shout out?
Yes.
Deborah Turner, girl, don't text me no more. All right, now I'll get to that. Thank you. I love it. I definitely feel that women, first of all, they don't have a wife.
Oh, true.
They don't have a wife.
Yeah.
And I think women take on way too much and they don't get the help that they need. They need personal assistance. Not just a secretary to help you with your business.
I need a
work.
personal assistant so bad right now.
You need to hire a personal assistant. There are so many things and so many areas in which we're pulled upon, and you only are one person. So get somebody to do those things that somebody else can do, and you handle the things that only you can do.
Yeah.
And I think that will take some of the pressure off our women. It's okay. You don't have to do it all. And you need
we
to
feel
believe
like we
that.
have to do it all.
Yeah.
Men don't do it all.
We have to be the
Come on now.
superwomen.
We got to be superwoman all day, every day, because we see the men, and it's just like there's no pushing them. You know, they just come and say what they're going to say, and then they're out. But it's just like we have to prove something. And it's 2023, just like Janai said, it's 2023, and we're still trying to prove.
Stop.
I read a statistic that African American women only make 58 cents per dollar that white men make. So there's still equity, even though most black women have advanced degrees, work longer hours, and that's just in the workplace.
Right.
So when you couple that with what they're doing also, they're also the backbones of their families, their wives, their mothers, their sisters. They're taking care of elderly parents. And so, again, that's a lot to deal with all at once. And but we do it. And I think that's why it's so critical to have that support as sisters, as we support each other in our sororities, and definitely in the links that you have your sisters there encouraging, saying, you can do it. I don't know where I would be without my mother. Sometimes I come home and I say, Mama, you're a good wife. So my mother's listening too. I have to shout out my mother because she really does, keep me encouraged. She helps take care of me. Sometimes I come home, she's got food ready. She's like, I got it. What can I do to help you? And so again, that just gives me the momentum and the strength to say I can do it because it's stressful.
It is.
Life is stressful.
It is.
Yeah.
I so need it. I'm so glad that y'all are saying this because I so need what you're saying. I would be remiss to not, and you gave me an amazing segue to talk about the links. From what I learned before the pandemic about the sisterhood and how y'all come together and how y'all make a true difference in the community. And then a couple of weeks ago, I get to go out to lunch with this amazing woman to my right, and she's just talking to me, and she doesn't even know that, okay, I'm here for business, but what you're saying is feeding my spirit right now because you just don't understand what I had to go through before I got here, and you're just feeding me right now. So talk about the links. Talk about the links and how amazing the links is.
Well, I'm going to defer to Madam President, Link One Night Council. She is the person that speaks for the links, the organization. I can speak as a member and the love I have for it. So I'll let her tell you about the organization, and I'll come back and speak about the love.
All right.
All right. Just a little bit. Each of my Link sisters could talk about the love of that we have for the Links. The Links organization was founded in 1946 in Philadelphia, and it was designed for friendship and service. It wasn't a sorority. It was about friendship and coming together because they knew they could do more together and support one another in their personal and professional lives and network. And so we have over 17,000 members.
Wow.
All over the world. It's an international organization.
Yeah.
And we are influence and the significant impact that we do in service across the world is really significant. The Fayetteville chapter is 72 years old. We were founded in 1951.
72 years old.
Yes. So you're talking about standing on the shoulders of great women and the legacy. And again, these Link sisters,
Yes, ma'am.
they didn't have the internet. They just couldn't Google it. They just couldn't, but they still networked, and they still realized, especially as African American women, we could do more together. And we needed to support one another. And we needed to show the world that we were valued that we were significant and we were impactful. And so it's wonderful when we go to our National Assembly and you see all these beautiful, dynamic, amazing women. And it's not about our professions.
Right.
It's about the commonality and the love, and just seeing that. It's just, it just really impacts us. And so it's an amazing organization, and it really has really played a significant part in my life. And I'm proud to be a member, and it gives me strength and encouragement every day.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Wow.
I just love the links. We are a service organization, all about friendship, empowering our community, centering in more so on women, and just like what Madam President stated, the impact we have made in our local community is significant. And to show others like Janiyah, and that how you can do it, how you can be a value to the community by service. And that is what we're all about. And I love every one of the sisters and my friends in the links.
Awesome. All right. The time we've been waiting for. I want to hear it. Tell us about it.
Well, the links is more than what you see in Fayetteville. Now, Fayetteville chapter of the links is a small chapter of the links, but we've been around for 72 years. There's probably not as many chapters that have been created, I guess, before Fayetteville. I know that sounds a little funny, but we've been around for a long time, is all I'm saying, and we make a significant difference. And we compete with chapters in New York, and chapters in Chicago, and chapters in D.C. And the small North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina chapter, we hold our own. We win awards.
Come on.
We get money from our foundation for the service that we do. We are recognized. So although it's greater than us, we definitely have a seat at the table.
Yes, ma'am. And that's what it's about. Let's talk about the seat at the table. Janiyah, she's getting her feet wet today. I mean, she's really getting her feet wet today. There's going to be times now when she's going to be in a business meeting. She's going to be at a board meeting. Right. She's got to be at the table, and not just at the table, but at the table with a message.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we have people at the table that ain't saying nothing. Don't have anything to say, but we got to be there with a message. They got to hear us. How do we make strong leaders in our women? How do we make strong leaders? Do we even do that? Do we do that? I feel like we do. I feel like we make strong leaders. But how do we keep this cycle going? That's a good question.
That's a great question.
That's a great question.
Can I'll break the little ice. What I do is pour into others what I would want them to pour into me. And just be honest.
I love it.
Just be honest, because leadership, it's a big role.
It is.
If you're a leader, you can do anything. So I think just pouring into others and just really, really, it goes back to being open-minded and being honest with people and showing them how you got to where you are now.
Come on, that's it.
Showing
right
them
there.
how I got here. And
because people see the now, they don't know what you
right. They don't
through
see it.
to
They
get
don't
here.
see it,
Exactly.
and we have to. It goes back to knowing your audience too. When I speak into these middle schoolers, and like I just did a Little Mermaid premiere, and I was Ariel, and I spoke into little girls who are 12 and younger. That is when they are developing. So
That's right.
speaking into them, then telling them you're a leader, telling them you are beautiful, telling them that you are smart, intelligent, and grooming them. So they're always going to remember, yes, I was playing someone else, but they're going to remember the princess told me I was beautiful.
Right.
She told me I was smart. Right. And that's going to build them into being that beautiful, smart individual. So I tell the young kids that, I tell the middle schoolers that, the high schoolers that, just pouring into them what others poured into me.
Yeah.
Telling me, Janiyah, you're smart, you're beautiful, you're a leader, go for it. And that developed me into the person that I am today.
It's so funny that you say that, and I don't want to interrupt anybody. It's so funny that you say that about pouring in to them, because they're going to walk away and they're going to remember exactly who you were.
Yeah.
They're going to remember that very moment in time,
Mhm.
and they're going to remember what you said to them.
Yeah.
And I always challenge our fathers
Yes.
to speak into their daughters' lives. Tell them how beautiful they are. Tell them how perfectly and wonderfully made that they are. Tell them that they are phenomenal, and show them. Because
Absolutely.
once they leave daddy's house and they're out on their own, there's going to be 900 men waiting to try to tell them how pretty they are. And when they get to those men, they're going to be, I already know that.
Right.
Honey, you got to bring something else to the table. Bring something else to the table, because I already know that. I already know that I'm phenomenal. I know that I'm wonderfully made. I know who I am. I know whose I am.
That's
you got to
it.
come. You got to come better than that. You got to bring something else to the table. So I appreciate you sharing
Of
that.
course. Yes, ma'am.
Ladies, let's talk. Let's talk.
I think, especially for African American women, we support one another.
Yeah.
Oftentimes we'll say, come on, we need you to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to speak here. I need you to be, chair this committee. I'm like, no, I don't think I can do it. And they say, yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. And
Yeah.
it's that belief, and you want to not let others down. And so I think, again, when you step out, if somebody's coming and you saying, come on, we need you to do this, you're not stepping out there by yourself.
Yes.
Right.
Right. And I think that is motivational, it's inspirational. And I think, again, we have to do that for women. We have to do that for younger women.
Yes.
We have to say, come on, we need you to do this. You can do it. And I think it's important, like you said, that when you get that platform, that you use it, because it's not just about you.
It's not.
Right.
It's not.
You have been put there. I do believe that God put you there.
That's right.
Right? It's not about you. You've got to speak for others. You have to value others. Because oftentimes, a lot of people don't know about some of the wonderful things that we're doing in the African American community. Some people might not have never heard of the links or understand the impact or the significance.
Yeah.
And so, like you, in that room, saying, oh, yes, this is valuable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Their reach, right, is broader in some spaces than perhaps ours. So I think, again, it can't be about you. It's got to be what you're doing to make a difference for others. So that's why you got to speak.
I want to pull on something that you said, and I know we're almost out of time,
Oh, wow.
guys. We're almost out of time. I want to pull on something you said that about that support, knowing that somebody has your back. You don't know this, but when I was up there speaking, I knew you had my back.
Oh, that's awesome.
I knew you had my back. And that meant so much to me, because before we even went out, so you may not know, but I was the commencement speaker at Fayetteville Tech's graduation. And before we went out, they handed me my hat, my robe, put it on there, and then I kind of walked away, and I was doing this, and the next thing I knew, she was right there beside me. She was like, wait a minute. Let me
got
fix
it.
that.
That's
Let me
right.
fix
That's
that.
right.
Come on, Queen, let me get this right for you. And just talking to me, and I'm about to start crying. Lord, just talking to me and encouraging me. But do you understand what that means to have your sister? And I haven't known her that but a couple of years. We're not blood sisters, but just to
That's what it is.
The
That's what it's
shine
about.
period.
That's it.
You help another woman shine, you shine even brighter.
That's right.
Yes.
You're exactly right.
But if I could just add, because I've been knowing her a little bit longer than a couple of years.
come on.
This is just who this lady is.
Exactly.
I love
She
it.
never says
Backbone.
no to anything
Wow.
or anyone. She is always there to service others, to service others. And I love her for it. I really do.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to add that to that. That's just, she is amazing. And
Yeah.
she's authentic.
Yeah.
And she's a real deal, as they say.
She is. She is. I mean, on Facebook, I see so many now. I'm noticing, and I'm not in the sororities, but I'm seeing friendships that I'm building with
Right.
sororities, and I'm seeing them like my page and say, "Oh, we're so proud of you. Keep going," and hear what you told me Sunday, and when me and you stopped and had our conversation over lunch, and every month that you and I get together, and now my new sister, my new queen sister. We have got to support each other.
Encourage each
It's
other.
so important that we support each other, that we build each other up, that we lift each other up. And if You need to stand on my shoulders. Baby, here they are.
Exactly.
Here they are. Stand on my shoulders until you are strong enough so that somebody else can come now and stand on yours.
That's right. That's the way it's got to be.
Guys, we've got about 3 minutes. I want you to, each one of you, to just take a couple of seconds and talk to the women that are listening now. If you could go back and talk to your 13-year-old self, if you could talk to your 17-year-old self, if you could talk to your 19-year-old self, if you could talk to your 22-year-old self, knowing then what you know now, what would you say to that person? And then we're going to leave out with that.
I would tell my younger self not to limit yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do it regardless of what you want to do, regardless of race, regardless of gender. You can do it. Don't let anyone tell you you can't. And don't tell yourself that you can't.
That's important.
Go for it, regardless of what it is. It may seem far-fetched, but it's not. Go for it, because I never expected myself to have a title and be the future Miss North Carolina, future Miss America, future judge.
Come on.
I never expected it to be here, but it's here.
It's here.
And I went for it. So I would tell myself, don't limit yourself, go for it.
I love it.
In reflecting, I think I would tell myself it was okay to fail because you would get back up.
Mm-hmm.
That would be it for me.
That's it.
And I would tell myself that I'm good enough, just the way I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I would tell myself, have confidence.
Oh, yes.
Believe in yourself.
Yep.
Okay. You are amazing just like you are.
You are. You are. And I want every person that is listening now, who may be listening a couple of weeks from now, whether you're in Saudi Arabia, whether you're in Mexico, whether you're in Nigeria, whether you're in Charlotte, whether you're in Alabama, whether you're in Wyoming, wherever you're at, that you are enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that your steps are ordered by God.
Yes.
So you've got to trust your journey and make a difference in your journey. And when you get to the table, know that we got your back. And you can do it. Thank you so much for listening today. Thank you for rocking with a Nation of Sisters. It is your girl, Tammy Thurman. I love you with the love of God. Be blessed.